Hey friends, Jeff here with missionmusician.com, and we are working on the Mix with Me series, and now we're ready to actually start applying some plugins. And before I get started talking about what we're going to do, I had a whoopsie moment and completely forgot in preparation for doing the mixing. I completely forgot to check the drums for phase. Now, these drums are in phase. I just checked them, but it's one of those things that just takes me out of the mixing mindset. So hopefully I won't have any more of those issues. It wasn't a huge deal. It doesn't take long to check phase of drums, but they are in phase, and I just took it for granted that they were because this is such a well-recorded song. But you always have to check. You always have to check if the drums are in phase. And so these are, so no harm, no foul. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk about top-down mixing. Now, I love to top-down mix, and for those of you who don't know what top-down mixing is, it's where you apply, before you apply any plugins on the individual tracks, you apply plugins on the buses, the submix, the background vocals, the lead vocals, the keys, the bass, the drums, the guitars, all right? So I'm going to apply a little bit of processing on those groups of tracks just to kind of clean them up. And I'm going to do it in solo, and, we're just going to do minor tweaks. And that's why I'm going to listen to it in solo. Now, I don't normally mix in solo, but I want to get the tracks kind of cleaned up a little bit. I'm just talking about a few dB of cutting out some mud, and maybe a little bit of lift in the high end. Also, I wanted to discuss that I was doing some more exploring on this song and realized that I'm going to have to do quite a bit of automation on the keys. In the second verse, I don't want them hardly loud at all, but on the build, I want them really loud, and they're all kind of recorded at one level. So I'm going to have to do some pretty crazy automation, but that'll be in another video. So if you don't hear the keys up as loud while we're running through some of this stuff, that's why, because I'm going to have to automate them. And there's a couple other things that I need to automate too, some guitar stuff. And so just looking forward to what I have to do. And then what else was I going to mention? Oh, so my reference track is I'll Be by Edwin McCain. And what I'm noticing with this track is that it is not bright at all. And my mix, I should say, is going to end up being quite a bit brighter than the Edwin McCain mix. The song, I guess, was recorded in the 90s, I want to say. And so it has that, I guess, not muddy, but warm, kind of warm sound. There's not a lot of edge to it. The way I mix is I like a bright mix. You may not like that. You may like the warm kind of mix, but I like a brighter mix because it seems to me more energetic, and it's just the way I mix. And I almost always overdo it, so I have to come back and back it down, and that may be the case here. You may see me redoing things. That's just part of mixing. Okay, I'm kind of mixing to what I normally kind of do, and then I'll listen to a reference, and then I'll kind of back off of what I've done to kind of get it, just to kind of pull in the reins a little bit. And again, I'm mixing on headphones, so it's kind of hard on headphones to judge what the right brightness should be. I much prefer Oh, I can't say I much prefer mixing on monitors, but I definitely prefer mixing on studio monitors. I've become so used to mixing on these headphones that it's almost weird now to mix through my monitors. But over the last, I don't know, 2 months, since 2, 3, I guess it's been about 4 or 5 months now since I've been doing these videos, I only have the opportunity to mix through headphones. I can't mix through speakers because you guys can't really hear it. So that's one of the challenges I face. And when I'm bouncing back between the reference track and this track, I'm definitely noticing that even before I mix, the Edwin McCain song is pretty warm sounding and pretty. It's I don't want to say dull because it's not dull, but it's definitely not as bright. So you may not like that mixing that way, brighter. Totally fine. That's just one of those things. Different mixers have different tastes, and it's cool. That's how we get different mixes of songs, and the goal for me is to make a professional sounding mix. All right. That every time I sit down to mix, that's the goal for me. And the way I do it is just through techniques that I've learned. And boy, I'm already starting to get rambling here. I'm going to have to shut it down. But I've picked up techniques. I have things that I like to do personally. Just like once you get going and mixing, I mean, there's a ton of stuff to learn. But once you start mixing a lot and mixing a lot of your songs, you'll start to form certain ways you do things. And it'll be your preference. That's the way you like to do it. That's the way, what you want to hear, if you will. And there's nothing at all wrong with that. In fact, I encourage it. You shouldn't necessarily mix like me or mix like, whoever your favorite producer is. Take a little bit from everybody and form your own little magic, if you will. So let me shut it down right here. All right, let's get back to focus. Focus on the mix here, and we're going to top down mix. I'm going to start at the sub mix here, my 2-bus. Sub mix, 2-bus, same thing. So this channel right here, and all of these tracks feed into this channel. So when I process here, I am affecting every single channel, okay? So we're going to just do subtle moves. I like to use a little bit of EQ. I like to use a little bit of compression and follow it up with tape machine, which I have set on the 1/2 inch, I think, 1/2 inch 2-track setting to simulate it going out of the mixer to tape, okay? So let's, first of all, let's find the loudest part of the song, which I'm going to assume is somewhere around here. So that's the loudest part of the song right there. So that's where we're going to make our compression moves and our EQ moves and all that. So let's get started. I'm going to open up VMR, and I'm just, let's see. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to use all this stuff or some of it or none of it. Let's just find out really quick. All right, first thing I notice is that we are already adding gain. Let me turn off FG Bomber. All right, so let me discuss what I did really quick. Got a little bit of VPC on here, the FG73. Then ran into the VCC, the virtual mix bus. I pulled a little bit out at 400. It was a little bit muddy. The downside to me of using the CS equalizer is I can't get frequency specific. I'm personally not a big fan of this EQ. I am trying to love it, and I am really trying. For whatever reason, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of this EQ. Not that it sounds bad. I just don't like fixed number EQ. I guess that's just me, the way I am. I just don't like it. So put a little bit up at 10K, about a dB and a half, and just maybe just a touch at 4K. Got trimmer going, adding a little bit of thickness, adding a little bit of shimmer. And FG Bomber is another one of those plugins that I am still trying to get on board with. Slate released another video on this, showing how to dial it in a little bit better. I think it's making a good change. So for now, I'm gonna keep it. Went into VBC, and this compressor right here is not doing any compression. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking today. So I'm getting the compression here on the FG Gray, and I'm just running it through this for the color that it adds. I like the color of the FG Mu. So just getting about 1 dB of gain reduction, and then finishing up with VTM, which is adding a little bit of gain, but I'll deal with it because I love this plugin. All right, so let's go to the drum bus and just work our way through. Now, like I said, I am gonna solo this just so I can clean it up. That's all I'm looking to do. Whoops. And let's see what this needs. All right, so let me tell you what's going through my head as I listen to this. One, I think that the overhead level, we got to find the right balance, and I'm hoping that when we actually EQ the overheads and the room, that this is going to clean up a little bit, because it's kind of really washy with the cymbals, and I'm not a huge fan of the cymbal tones themselves. They need to be prettier. They're kind of trash canny sounding to me. So that affected some of my decisions here. So this frequency right here at 2.77 kilohertz was kind of a gongy type of. Well, let's start at the beginning. So added, and these two things you're going to see me do every single track. So I'm just going to discuss it one time here, and then you can just assume that that's what I'm doing when we get to the other tracks. So I'm just cranking this up. Past 50, it starts saturating. So I don't necessarily want that. So I'm just cranking it to try to find where a good spot for it is, and then bypassing it, see if I notice a difference. And where you really notice a difference with this the preamp collection is if you listen to, well, we're listening to just drums, so the snare and the kick is where it's really going to be at, and this has a good effect on guitars as well. And same thing here, I am just turning the drive up, which I believe also is some saturation, and I am messing with the input to get the signal up a little bit hotter. So then I went to the EQ and found some frequencies I didn't like. 586 was pretty awful. So that's what that sounded like. And then, again, 2.7 is kind of where at least some of that trashiness is coming from, I think. All right, and then I use lift to make these cymbals a little bit prettier. I could really crank this up and get it sounding good, but then we're going to get it maybe a little too harsh. So listen to, I'm going to bypass CS lift and then bring it in. So it's making the cymbals a little prettier, and you can see as I crank it up, the cymbals get a lot prettier. Let's see, I'm on what, 1.8, so let's just crank this up a little bit. I just don't want it to get too harsh. And then I use just a little bit of revival, just a little bit of shimmer, just a little bit of thickness. What I end up and do to find kind of the right spot for this is I just crank it up, bring it back down, crank it up, bring it down, just to where I can hear what it's doing, and then I back it back off. And then we're just doing a little tiny bit of compression. I got a 3-to-1 ratio. Pretty slow attack. And I got the auto release set, not doing any makeup gain. I did turn up the high pass filter because I don't want the kick to affect the compressor too much. And then I added an instance of VTM. All right, let's go to the guitars, or I'm sorry, the bass. And again, we're going to keep it real. Going to keep it pretty subtle. I may go a little crazy with CS lift to see what it does on the bass. All right, and I'm going to turn off FG Bomber for now. All right, let's take a listen here. I really like what that's doing. Maybe back it down a little bit. All right, so we're just getting in a ballpark here. We're going to try to fix any problems if there is any. And I forgot to mention, I did run the 2 acoustics to an acoustic bus so I can control them both here. All right, so let's see. Let's go here to here and hit solo. And let's try to hit the guitars here. All right. Again, I'm going to turn off FG Bomber. So let me kind of talk about the EQ moves. I was hearing a little bit of boxiness in the guitars, not horrible. Now, when you EQ, when you top down mix guitars, you got to be very careful not to suck too much mid range out, because the guitars are, the mid range area. We want to keep these warm. We do want to keep them bright in some instances, but I definitely want to keep it warm. So I pulled a little bit out at 495. This frequency was kind of bothering me. Let me turn these two off for the moment. Right, kind of cardboardish, boxy, nasally sounding. And I am going to high pass these guitars here. I'm not going to go crazy. There's a lot of information down on the low end of the acoustic guitar that I'm probably going to have to high pass out. So I think I'm going to stick around 80 right now. But, I mean, technically I could roll up to probably 150, somewhere in there. Because I want the bass to fill in the low end. But for right now, we're just kind of cleaning things up. So let's just settle on 90. All right, and then I added just a tiny bit of presence. You got to be really careful with this plugin because it can get nasty quick on distorted guitars. And I'm not sure that I like that. It kind of thins the guitars out a little bit to me. Even though we're not doing any cuts, we're just adding presence. I'm not sure if I like it. All right, so we may adjust this later. All right, and then I've just got a little bit going on with the FG Bomber to make it a little bit more present. I'm on the sustain side of the drive, just a little bit of intensity. Okay, so and then we just added VTM after it. All right, now the keyboards. I'm trying to decide if I want to go crazy. These are all samples, and samples are actually pretty dull compared to real life piano or, I don't know, a real life cello. These samples are kind of dull. But they're also adding some warmness to this track, so I don't know that I want to go crazy. And how I would normally do, I wouldn't normally do this many that way, but what I would normally do is just kind of let me show you here. I would, let me just grab an EQ and boost what I would normally do. So, let me bring in this guy really quick. So I would normally go around 8K and just boost the crap out of it. Let's listen really quick. Matter of fact, let me turn everything off here. Can't even see what all I got going on here. Let's just turn all this off. All right. So I would do a pretty big boost to bring out the brightness in these. Let's listen really quick. Right. I don't think I'm in a part where there's a lot of keys. Let's go down to this part here. Right. So with this bypass, it sounds like a blanket's thrown over it. I don't know that I'm going to get that crazy right now. I do like the warmness, but I want that piano. I'm definitely going to boost that piano. There's no question about it in my mind that I'm going to do that. The other instruments, maybe not so much. Let's just listen to these and kind of clean up some mud and maybe add just a little bit of compression. All right, so we're actually getting quieter when I bypass it, so I'm going to turn the makeup gain a little bit up. All right. I don't want to get too crazy right now on this. Let's just call that good for right now. All right, let's move on to the vocals. And I want to get to the loud part again really quick. Let's see. It's right here. And just so you know, this isn't automation. I just, instead of instead of automating it, I just went up and pulled this guitar, the second verse guitar. I just pulled the volume of it up a little bit because it wasn't loud enough in this section. Seems like the acoustics are too bright all of a sudden, but let's get to the vocal first. Let's see, where is my vocal bus? Sorry. Let me get to this here. That's where the loudest part of the song is. And I'm going to switch back over, go to my vocal bus. And I'm just looking to maybe get rid of a little bit of mud. Maybe high pass it a little bit. Let's give this a go. I want to solo the vocal here. I know. This is the part where the other vocal is. Alright, so I guess I'm going to have to take it from here. You're what I believe in. So touch down your hand to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. You're what I believe in. So touch down your hand to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. No. You're what I believe in. So touch down your hand to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. So touch down your hand to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. You're what I believe in. So touch down your hand to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. No. I'm gonna just try something here for a second. There's a frequency that is driving me crazy in this vocal and I can't find it. You're what I believe in. So touch down your hand to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. No. You're what I believe in. So touch down your hand to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. No. Yeah, it's right there. You're what I believe in. So touch down your hand to my chest and fix what needs fixing. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. No. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. No. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. No. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. Okay, I definitely think that's better. So I'm actually going to put that first in line. I'm going to turn this off and turn this back on. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. No. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. Yeah, I am liking that way better. Okay, let's throw on VTM. And I'm not going to do any compression. Actually, maybe I will. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe. Let's also really quick, let's just see what Revival brings to the table here. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. Yeah, I like that. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. No. Let's try this. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart to my chest and fix what needs fixing. 'Cause you are what I believe in. You're what I believe in. You're what I believe in. So touch down your heart
to my chest and fix what needs fixing, 'cause you are what I believe.
I don't want any more compression than that. We'll compress on the main vocal channel, and I like to use compression in series with each other. In other words, multiple compressors to do subtle compression, and we'll get into that when we mix the vocal. So let's, well, we got the background vocals too. Let's see here. Let's go here because there's more of them. Let's just see what we got here. Turn this, and actually, okay, so these vocals are the same, or they were mic'd the same, so they should sound the same. Let's solo these guys. I don't know why this is muted. Get out of here and hit solo. Turn the EQ on for it to have any effect, huh? Also want to see what's going on with these. They seem kind of loud.
What I believe in. You're what I believe in.
There's a lot of mud in these vocal pads. We'll clean that up on the individual tracks. All right, so let's just listen to what we've done here so far. And we've just gone through all the buses and just kind of cleaned things up. So let's see here. What I'm gonna do is select all of the buses, and then I'll mute and bring in, the moves we made. All right, so let's see. Let's move this down and move this down here. Okay, so they're all from the third insert. Okay, let's give this a go here. Let's start with them off. Really struggling here on this song. I'm kind of feeling like I'm making it a touch too bright, even though we didn't do any major tweaks. I feel like some of the warmness goes away when I bring in these when I bring in the buses, the processing we did on the buses. And I don't know if it's just one group that's bothering me. Let's try this again. I'm going to kind of listen. Are adding some gain, and I'm guessing that it's VTM. Let me turn off all the VTMs for a second. Dang it. So I'm loving what the bass is doing or sounding like. The guitars, I think, are what are bothering me a little bit. The synths still sound a little muddy. We'll probably have to address them as one, or I'm sorry, as individuals. Tracks, we'll have to EQ them individually, and I kind of hate doing that. Because it, eats up a lot of processing. But I think some are a little bit more muddy than others. Like this, what is this, a glockenspiel? It sounds a little muddy to me. I'm okay with the drums at the moment. The vocals are okay. We'll probably start the next video actually EQing the vocals to start off our individual track processing, and I'll talk about that in the next video. I'm not overly thrilled at the moment, and this happens quite often in mixing, and I'm going to kind of hope that I can push through it. Matter of fact, I'm going to solo the static mix for a second. Okay, so it's definitely getting better, no question about it. All right, so let's wrap this video up here, the top-down mixing video, and we are going to start in the next video EQing tracks. We're going to talk about what is the most important part of this song, which is where we should start. I kind of gave it away a little bit with the vocal, but there's also another instrument that is key to this song, and I'll kind of leave you guessing until we get to the next video. Think about it and listen and try to decide what you think the next most important instrument is besides the vocal. It may not be what you think. Oh, the suspense. I know, killing you, right? So let's wrap this up here. Thanks for hanging out with me and doing this Mix With Me series. If you know anybody that you can turn on to this, please send them to my YouTube page. You can subscribe. I'm not going to go into the whole spiel. I'm too tired. I will see you in the next video. I hope to have it up soon. Take care. Bye.